right, shalom, shalom, shalom. Salakia for that. Anyway, shalom, peace. All right. First and foremost, we give all praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, HaKodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who do rule well. Special shalom, all right, unto the house of David, the Bayat Dawadah, 144,000, the governing body in the kingdom, as well as the 1/3 of men, women, and children scattered abroad. All right. The elect that was predestined for salvation. Okay. We're gonna get into it. It's your brother Tazapanya Banyamyan of the Sons of Yasha Alakam out here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect. Today was a big day on the world stage as far as the news go. All right. I wish I told us to watch and pray. We're constantly. Matter of fact, let's get that first. Let's get that first. So while we share this screen, I'm gonna try to make this a quick video. Okay, right. So we're gonna go to the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39, verse 1, right? And it reads, "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies." See, so the meditation of the law is the same thing of prophecies, because all about the law, which is the Tarawah, all right, which really is teaching. All the teachings is about the prophecies, and it's a bunch of prophecies that's coming to pass. You see what I'm saying? So as we look up like this one came out 2 days ago, and Jake got their head stuff up their ass, man. You see what I'm saying? They don't know what's going on, and when they do find out something is from the social media, the shade room, or something like that. Oh, I don't watch the news, so on and so forth. But the mainstream media gives you what they want, right? And it doesn't even give you a full understanding. You have to do that on your own, all right? And filter through the scriptures, all right? So this came out 2 days ago, right? The European Union and NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, forming coalition for war against Russia. All right, Moscow will closely follow the steps taken by the European Union. Okay, and this is why, all right, in Revelation chapter 11, verse 14, it says, "The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly." Now, when we look up this word woe, for those that aren't in the know, all right, uai in the Greek, uai, and it's the same thing, oh, alas. So that's deep, because in Jacob's trouble it says, "Alas, for the day is great." So basically saying, "Whoa," a primary exclamation of grief. Okay, of grief, man, and people grieve with what? When people die. Okay, so when it says the second woe is past and the third woe cometh quickly, right? If it's numbering these grieves, is talking about mass destruction. All right, mass death. And these were represented or categorized in the modern times as World War One, World War Two, which would be the second woe, which is past already. All right, and behold, the third woe, World War Three, cometh quickly. You see, and we already in it now. With the missiles ain't gonna fly basically until you know uh, the mark of the beast. Okay, which is you know the grain of rice implanted in your hand, or that Neuralink in your head, man. Okay. So, in Ezekiel 38, it says that the Most High has put hooks in thy jaws, right? So if Russia is saying, because this is from one of the Russian officials, which is him right here, that they know through intelligence that the beast, because this is the beast right here, okay, referring to Revelation, the beast and the whore that rideth the beast is America, okay. EU and NATO is the beast. All right. So if the beast is coming at Russia, this is why it says that the Mossad is controlling Russia in order to be the progenitor that's going to help finish destroy America with ICBM missiles, man. Okay. So I wanted to bring that out first, right? Because the third war is coming quickly. Because in the news right now, this is the biggest thing right now. Because that's on the world stage. This is really an American news, right? But the Supreme Court has just overturned Roe versus Wade, ending recognition of the constitutional right to abortion. But see, that's how you know it wasn't no constitutional right. Because if the Supreme Court could make things right or wrong, you see what I'm saying? They're saying that the constitutional right is up to the states. The states could do what they want. Okay. So this is the point right here. Because of that, I don't know why this just showed up. Salakia. Internet been acting slow too, man. All right. The US will now brace for violence after major Supreme Court ruling. You see? Like right now, they have the whole Supreme Court, the White House, so on and so forth, with 20 feet high fences, man. All right. Lawmakers are sounding alarms about more violence at Republican Party offices and pro life organizations across the country now that the Supreme Court has officially overturned Roe versus Wade. All right. According to ABC News, providers and some in law enforcement worry what will come next. See, but we know what's about to come next, and they do too, to a certain degree. Let's go to Second Esdras. All right, this is Second Esdras, chapter 15. We're going to start at verse 14. So remember, we already understood what woe is. So in Revelation, it was talking about, mass deaths, which the third woe in itself, right, is World War III, and we know it means destruction, right, grief. So great destruction, mass destruction, a lot of grief, and people grieve and people die, right? So woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Why? Verse 15, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. See, and this is all talking about civil war, man, because this is what they want. They want that order out of chaos. All right. And remember that report that leaked from what 2-3 months ago, saying that they was already going to overturn it. And now that it's officially here, they are already preparing for going into the weekend. A lot of mass of protests, man. Verse 16, but it's all going to lead to what we're going to read here. For there shall be sedition among men. When you go into that sedition, it means like anarchy, man. All right, meaning lawlessness and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their action styles stand in their power. The purge, man. They're not gonna care if the police back up, do this, stand this, do this, go home, the curfew. They not gonna care about none of that. All right. Things is about to get crazy in the streets, man. And they already know that. All right. But the Most High himself said what? I mean, well, his son, Salakia, Yahweh Shai, bring it up. This is the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 51. This is Yahushua talking. Suppose ye that I've come to give peace on earth. See, a lot of people think that Yahweh is all about peace, even though he is named the Prince of Peace, because his kingdom is going to be a peaceful kingdom for his people, man. Okay. But when he came there, he did what? I tell you, nay, but rather division. And as he left, his spirit is still here, which is the Holy Spirit, the comforter, right? That is causing what? Division, separating the sheep from the goats, those that keep the law, right, to the best of their ability, to have faith in him, and those that don't, lawlessness. They do whatever they want. They're a free spirit. They really have that spirit of Shaitan, Satan, man. All right. I mean, and the physical counterpart, which is a so-called white man. You see what I'm saying? So you got, especially on Facebook, Instagram, you got women that is giving their opinion, right? As if anybody cares, on this whole abortion thing, this and that, and the third. Even in families, you can have different ideologies, and we're getting to a point where the love of many shall wax cold. Even if this is your family member, but just because, well, I believe in abortion or I don't believe in abortion, right? It's gonna cause division, and it may get violent. But in the streets, it's going to get violent. Okay, so I'll leave it off that. I'll go to the next in the news because I've read what it was World War III. We talked about that. Civil War, because this is what it's going to cause. Oh, yeah, here we go. Matter of fact, it was on the RT. Let's do that. Go back. Because what's the coincidence? The same day that they talk about, you know, it's up to the state. So a state could be like, nah, we banning abortion, right? The same day the US Congress passes major bipartisan gun control law, right? Which means that both parties, Republicans and Democrats, both want your guns to be controlled. This is how you know this fucking America is one. It's finished, and it's a contradiction. These people have parties together, drinking wine and popping champagne and doing all types of lasciviousness, man, behind closed doors and rituals and all that. And y'all think y'all have faith in this wicked system, man. The lawmakers have approved the first key gun safety law in decades in the wake of several high profile shootings. The U.S. House on Friday passed a package of gun control measures, including stepped up background check requirements for younger buyers and funding for mental health programs. All right, but he said the third, let's see here. Under the new law, individuals 16 years or older attempting to purchase a gun must undergo a review of their juvenile mental health records. It also closes the so-called boyfriend loophole, barring anyone convicted of a domestic violence misdemeanor as a part of a dating relationship for purchasing or owning a firearm for at least 5 years. All right. Um, and it goes on and on. But this is what's the point. I'm gonna read a quick text in the chat with the Akim, because just for time's sake, he wrote about the third paragraph down is the one. The government can now red flag potential threats to others or themselves. They can now refuse sales or confiscate weapons from red listed individuals. That's a lot of gray area there. How does one become red flagged and who is policing that? False flags got to be coming soon, and they're going to cut the lights out and come for the guns. You see? And all of this is coming out, man, because the Most High is doing what? He's shortening the time. Okay? He's shortening the time. All right? So, for instance, like this one right here, too. Uh, so I had uh Pestilence, and then we're gonna talk about the famine. Cause even here, where was it at? Oh yeah, feature, boom. Right? How the US failed the baby formula crisis. The shortage remains in place despite the authorities' efforts to fill the deficit. All right. So there's a famine of baby formula because especially Jake women, Eve, Keisha, they don't even breastfeed their kids, man. All right, giving them all and then wondering why they got all type of problems, allergies, learning disorders, so on and so forth. Because if you would read any of the ingredients on the back of these baby formulas, man, all right, but Jake don't read anyway, let alone the scriptures, you know. So where's it at? Let's see here. Salah. Oh, it was in Second Esdras 15. So let's go to yeah, no, 15, yeah. Verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. See, the last time the Most High brought plagues was what? Egypt, right? Moses and let my people go. A lot of y'all know that story. So he's doing it again, all right, because this place is spiritual Sodom and Egypt, man. All right. Look at the back of your dollar bill. Why you think there's a pyramid on there? So he's going to bring plagues not only on America but upon the whole world. What? Sword, famine, death, and destruction. Because it ain't just baby formula, man. All right. Right now, let's see. Oh, well, let's talk about this first, right? So it said what? Uh, sword, famine, death, and destruction. Okay. And one of the plagues that he sent upon Egypt was pestilence, man. A lot of them had boils and so on and so forth. Right? Why are so many dangerous diseases suddenly popping all over the place? All right, because it ain't just the you know what. And I ain't gonna go crazy into it, but there's a new one that is affecting, the the alternative lifestyle community, and y'all can read it. You feel me? All right. So that's the recompense upon their own head. All right, that's because you're going off, obviously. All right. Like for instance, look, New York City to offer the monkey business, see, as outbreak expands. So they already got if these don't, push out red flags, I don't know what to tell y'all, man. We coming into some serious times. All right. We coming into some really serious times, man. All at the same time. And look, right, this is why I said she is my enemy. Nearly 1 million abortions occurred in the United States in the year 2020. That's 1 million people, man. Because for some reason, some people think that when it's scientifically proven, even in the embryo stage, there's a heartbeat, man. And in the Most High grants conception, and I promise you, the majority of nationality that did this was your so-called black woman. I promise you, because most of the Planned Parenthoods is in the hood, and it was created by Margaret Sanger, and she actually came out publicly and said that she wanted to destroy the whole black race. So, but we know it's so called, right? Because there is no race as black. All right. Um, See, because the World Health Organization is considering declaring the monkey business a global health emergency. So they're going to be able to lock down the whole earth because a lot of nations came 3 weeks ago in Switzerland and signed over their sovereignty unto global government, you know, WHO, the UN, so on and so forth. But this is really the main one right here too that I was trying to bring out. Going into the chip, man, because if you take that chip, you're gonna die by the Most High. All right, people that took the vaccine, you know what I'm saying? I already said it. If this should get shut down, it is what it is. Um, but you know where I'm leading to. You took the jump shot, all right, you might bye bye. I'll put it like that. And we use these words because they famine of the word is coming soon and they're gonna be chopping down the videos. All right, because they don't want the truth to get out there. They want people to not research. They want people to just blindly follow. Yahushua said, let the blind lead the blind. And if so, they both fall into a ditch. Okay, because they don't have what? The light, man. They're walking in darkness. And who is the light? Yahushua. A global digital ID with real-time tracking of humanity is coming in the near future, man. All right. Starting with that world. See, everything is world. World Health Organization, World Economic Forum, United Nations, so on and so forth. World Trade Organization. You see, because the new world order is coming, man. A one world government. You feel me? So they have to destroy this empire, all right, in order to have a hegemony of a select people that is going to control everything. And the way that they're going to track everybody is through Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 through 18. Okay. So let me I'll probably end off with yeah, because I wanted to get that Pestilence 46. So why is it right? So about book order. All right, here we go. Next page. Right, Ezekiel 28 and 23. For I will send into her pestilence, right, which is diseases, and blood into her streets, because people gonna die. And the wounded shall be judged in the midst of her by the sword upon her every side. And they shall know that I am Yahweh, because it's Yahweh doing this, man, on the left hand side. All right. So I'm gonna pretty much leave it at that. You know, we coming into some very crazy times. We in Jacob's trouble, and it's not gonna do nothing but increase. Okay, do nothing but increase. All right. I'll read this too real quick. This second Ezra chapter 16, verse 11. The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? You see, because when he comes back, man, there's going to be a lot of death, man. The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. What's going to be so strong that's going to make the whole earth have an earthquake and the foundations to shake, man? The sea ariseth up with the waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand. Who says it's the right hand of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, that bendeth the bow? His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. What type of arrows is going to be shot from one end to the other? You got to see these is was talking about old times, and in the vision they're trying to relate it, all right, to what they knew now, all right. If you look at a missile, missiles look just like an arrow, and they can literally go from one end of the world to the other. Hence the name of intercontinental, right? It goes from one continent to another. Ballistic, equipped with nuclear warhead, missiles. You see? Behold, the plagues are sent, and the missiles are part of the plague, pursuant to Zechariah chapter 12. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. All right, so it's already written what's about to happen, and it's either you have faith in the scriptures or you don't. It doesn't change anything. America is going to be destroyed by nuclear fire, man, and it's coming quickly. If you look at the world stage between Russia and the BRIC nations and so on and so forth, right? The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. So these plagues is already sent. You can't stop these plagues. These plagues are from the one who created heaven and earth. Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? You see? This and that's talking about this Jacob's trouble, man. You see what I'm saying? Because so he saw in the vision, Ezra. Esdras is the Latin translation of the prophet Ezra. All right. And he's seeing how it's going to be in the times that we're in right now, thousands of years ago, man. All right. Because the times that we're coming into, how you going to be delivered? The only way is if you have Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. All right. We're talking about summer blackouts. We're talking about the civil war that's going on. In the midst of that, there's going to be a race war because, you know, none of this is stopping all of them hidden, Edomites that want to kill you, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans that still believe in Christianity, which is really white supremacy, man. All right. The pestilences, the government with, the law enforcement, FEMA camps throwing you into prisons because you don't want to take this or, you don't want to do what they say. The cashless society, because cash is going to be banned because they're going to use what? A digital ID, which will be stored on your chip, right? That's how you're going to be able to buy or sell because they're going to have a central bank digital currency. All right. And they're going to be like, yo, this cash is useless. You go to the gas station now, right? Instead of waiting in line, they got things where you could pay by you set a drink on the fucking thing and it senses what it is and then it pulls up and you pay for it and you walk out. Eventually you're going to do that, boom, no cashier, and you're going to swipe your hand and it's going to deduct it out of your digital bank account. All right? And if you don't take that, how you going to eat? You see what I'm saying? These are the things that we're coming into right now, but people is not in the right mind because really the most are blinded them anyway. You see? But I'm gonna leave it right there. Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. All right, the news is going crazy right now, and watch it's gonna be a lit, hot summer. And when I say lit, talking about a lot of shit gonna be on fire. These prophecies, and really the man of the Lord. You feel me? Because they gonna be on fire. We not Yahweh Shah said, be either hot or cold. Because if it's lukewarm, I'll spew you out your mouth, man. This is why we're supposed to be constantly making videos, constantly in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Doing what we taught, teaching what was taught. All right. So like I said, I'm gonna leave it at that. Everything I said can be researched. You know what I mean? And watch what's going to happen. All right, this weekend might get a little crazy, and really the summer's going to get crazy anyway. And it's not even a might. It's going to happen according to the scriptures. You see what I'm saying? So that's why the Yahweh Shai, well, Paul, through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, he said, "Pray without ceasing," because we this is a time where our prayer game got to be all the way up, and it's got to be stuck, man. You see what I'm saying? It's got to be completely in the mindset of a humble spirit, because this thing is not no game. Life and death is in front of us. You see what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people out there with an arsenal, all right, waiting for something to pop, so that if you got something that they want, they're gonna take it from you. Like the scriptures say, they're gonna be going into people's houses because of lack of bread. What does lack of bread mean? Famine. All right. So again, Lord willing, is edifying to the elect. All right. Kwam Yasharala, Ra Israel, Abba Babor, destruction to America. Shalom. Peace.